really wanted to wake up around 7:30ish today, but thanks to the construction crew showing up at like 7:45, I didn't really have much choice in the matter either way. Might as well have some coffee. Today's the first day in about 8 months that I felt the need to grab and put on a sweater because it is never cold here. And I woke up this morning and I was chilly. I was very chilly, and yes, I know that the sweater and the pattern on the shirt don't match, but I could give a damn because I am cozy now. And I have coffee. It's always time for coffee. Always. I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to take that shot, and this was my solution. An open cabinet and a box of Reynolds wrap. I've got my film rig by Reynolds. They really should pay me for this. It is now time for the driving to work portion of this vlog. I had to park all the way down here because of that road work stuff over there. Off I go. I am taking the alternative route out of my neighborhood to work today because of the sewer repair, which looks to be nearly completed, which is a good thing because I don't like being woken up with jackhammers. I like to be woken up naturally with sunlight and my sister slamming the door on her way to school. I feel like that's not too much to ask for. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've started sneaking in more and more of my own music into the vlogs and little acoustic snippets. Just stuff I come up with. I don't know what that was. Did you guys see that? The truck had a really weird like pylon on it. I'll see if I can grab that shot again and then throw it into slow motion so we can all take a gander. A collective gander at that pylon. Is that today's video title? Very well maybe. As I was saying, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've started sneaking in little acoustic snippets of original music in here, and I think it sounds nice. I think it's become a nice addition to the vlog, and I think it's going to be something that stays. I live in downtown Turlock, and I'm trying to get to uptown Turlock where I work, and I hate driving at this time of day. There's so much traffic. I hit every single red light. Every irresponsible driver is out on the road because all the teenagers are out driving to lunch. Even though I used to be an irresponsible teenager that drove to lunch, I often did it in this car too, and then my other car, which I totaled, being an irresponsible teenager. Given the usual amount of time it takes me to get uptown during an average commute, I should be arriving at work in 1 minute if this was a perfect world. But it is not a perfect world, and I'm only halfway there, so I really hope I'm not late today, because I left a little bit later than I should have. I have not proven myself to be a responsible person today. I've been irresponsible and neglectful of my duties as part of the American free market. It's been a long time since y'all got any work footage. I'm nudging into a CO2 canister. I am very tired right now. I'm hoping that some In-N-Out burger will help me.
Hi, how are you?
Doing alright, how are you?
I'm looking at you.
See, can I do a 4x4 both protein and animal style?
Alright.
And that's gonna be all.
That's it, no frozen drink? And what's that from the car to go?
Let's put it in a bag.
Alright, it's gonna be $6.46 at the window.
Thank you. And it was right about here where young Aaron decided he was going to film no more for at least the next hour, so we're going to jump to a scene with very little context. And that's all the laundry I have to do once I get to the Bay Area. It's like 4 loads worth of laundry, and once again, fucking hair. The Sharks game is currently on the radio. I might have missed the end, but when I tuned out, Sharks were ahead. So that leads me to believe that good things are happening. But if there's anything that we've learned, it's that hockey is a very fast sport. Oh, young Aaron, once again so full of hope, little do you know that in about an hour, the Sharks will take a devastating loss from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, when I got out of the car to pump gas, the Sharks were winning 2-0. When I got back into the car after pumping gas, could not have taken more than 3.5 minutes, the game was tied. Okay, back to the time lapse. Future Aaron would later blame himself for directly contributing to the Sharks' loss by referring to hockey as a quote-unquote fast game. He would never let his foolishness get the better of him again by being so optimistic about these sort of things. Alright, I have arrived in the Bay Area. Should be a familiar sight for some of you longtime watchers. Well, nothing much has changed here. Still a very nice place to be, and the best part of all, would you look at all that food? All that food. All that food. It's time for laundry. Part 1 of laundry completed. So, I got kind of hungry and I thought about doing DoorDash, but I decided I didn't really want to spend any more money today. So, I'm just going to cook with what I got here, and I found this, and it bothers me. About 10 slices. About? This one too, 11 to 13. Guys, what the hell? Either there's bacon or there isn't. Well, the last load of laundry is away and I'm about to go to bed. But, something's kind of been on my mind. One of the reasons I stopped vlogging for so long was because my family got very busy dealing with several tragedies that happened all at once. One of them was my uncle passing away. I believe he made a couple of appearances early in the vlog. If you go back far enough, you might be able to see him. My uncle was a very weathered man. He had lived a very full life, and he had picked up many idiosyncrasies and quirks along the way of living that very full life. And he was one of those guys who had a very distinct scent. It wasn't necessarily a cologne, it was just sort of, it just smelled like him. It wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't like he stank or anything like that. It was one of those scents that as soon as you smelt it, you knew that he was in the room. Today, shortly after arriving at my grandparents' house, I smelt that scent for the first time since he died. And I'm not a very spiritual person, so I don't know if I want to read into this. It does make me think about him, and it's only recently been hitting me that he actually passed away, almost a year later. Wow, on that very somber note, I'm going to bed. Wow, that was kind of a downer ending, but, you know, it's the way it goes. Good night, guys.